in roughly a 1-hour helicopter flight from our staging base in Syria. We assessed that he was hiding in Idlib province to avoid the intense pressure that had been put on ISIS and other places in Syria. Once the assault force arrived at the compound, fighters from 2 locations in the vicinity of the compound began firing on U.S. aircraft participating in the assault. These individuals, who we don't assess were affiliated with Baghdadi, but nonetheless demonstrated hostile intent against U.S. forces, were killed by 2 airstrikes from supporting helicopters. Let's run the next video, please. These fighters opened fire on our aircraft, and what you see in the video is the actual response. With the assault force surrounding the compound, we repeatedly urged those inside to come out peacefully. Let's go to the next video, please. So this is a video of the assault force actually closing up to the compound. Those who came out of the building were checked for weapons and explosives and moved away from the immediate area. U.S. forces detained and later released the non-combatants. The group was treated humanely at all times and included 11 children. I want to make it clear that despite the violent nature of the raid and the high-profile nature of this assault, every effort was made to avoid civilian casualties and to protect the children that we suspected would be at the compound. 5 ISIS members inside the compound presented a threat to the force. They did not respond to commands in Arabic to surrender, and they continued to threaten the force. They were then engaged by the raid force and killed. There were 4 women and 1 man. After this engagement, and once established inside the compound, U.S. forces discovered Baghdadi hiding in a tunnel. When capture at the hands of U.S. forces was imminent,
then
Baghdadi
make sure you follow us on gab.com at Golden
and
State.
2 young children that were with him. The number 2 is a change. We originally thought there were 3 children with him, and this is the number we originally reported up the chain of command. We now know the number to be 2 based on subsequent debriefing. A total of 6 ISIS members died on the objective. 4 were women, and there were 2 men, including Baghdadi. This is in addition to the 2 children killed by Baghdadi as he blew himself up. Let me emphasize again that 11 children were protected by the assault force, and 2 men on
Ralph
the
Mueller, thank you so much. Is it Mueller or Mueller? One of the 2. Thank you so much for sharing the stream. Lucky Charms 1776, thank you so much for sharing the stream. The Patriot Pin, thank you so much for sharing the stream on social media. Carla, thank you so much, Carla, for your support in sharing the live stream. Carla sharing the stream twice. Thank you so much for your support. The Nasty Truth, thank you so much for sharing the stream. Jalissa K, thank you so much for sharing the stream.
They also secured whatever documentation and electronics we could
Deborah
find,
Nee Selman, thank you so much for sharing the stream on social media.
Left the compound and returned to their helicopters.
Good luck. Thank you so much for sharing the stream on social media.
After our forces were safely off the objective,
so we're giving shout outs to everyone that is sharing the live stream on Facebook or on Twitter, folks. It's funny how everyone got triggered by President Trump's tweet that says American hero, and it shows the dog that took down that coward terrorist.
So what you'll observe
and it's a picture of him putting the Congressional Medal of Honor on the dog, saying American hero in all caps with exclamation point. And the mainstream media got triggered like you've never seen it before,
exquisitely planned and executed,
saying that Trump is doctoring images and posting fake photos, and it's just it's funny. It's funny how they just get super triggered over it. Funny. Let's see who else is sharing the live stream on social media. Let's see who else is sharing the live stream on social media. Thank you so much to Randy Atkinson. Thank you so much for your support. To Randy Atkinson. Thank you so much for your support in sharing the live stream. Who else do we have on here, folks? We have Mike. Thank you so much, Mike, for sharing the stream on social media. Thank you so much, Mike, for sharing the stream. We also have Swamp Fox of the Carolinas. We also have Swamp Fox of the Carolinas. Thank you so much for sharing the stream. Fox of the Carolinas. D.O. Toner, thank you so much for sharing the stream on social media. D.O. Toner, thank you so much for sharing the stream. We also have Mayor Tawasha. Thank you so much for sharing. We also have Mayor. All right, let me refresh. Thank you so much. See if anybody else is sharing. All right, let me refresh, folks. See if anybody else is sharing. Here we go. Rexer P. Thank you so much for sharing. Here we go. Rexer social media. Once again, folks, if you have Twitter, follow us. Social media. Once again, folks, if you have Twitter, follow us. Informed on what's going on in politics. Informed on what's. We want to give a big thank you to Bach. He was injured. Don, we want to give a big thank you to Bach. Thank you so much for sharing the stream. Don, I hope I said Angelica Johnson, thank you so much for sharing. Angelica Johnson, thank you so much. Dan Van Bo, thank you so much for sharing. Dan Van Bo, Fire Marshal Bill, for sharing the stream. Fire Marshal Bill, thank you so much for sharing. Luz Montero, thank you so much for your support, Patriot, and sharing. Thank you so much for your support, Patriot, and sharing. Mark Pan, thank you so much for sharing the stream on social media. Mark Pan, thank you so much for sharing the stream. Spermain Griffith, Copeland. I hope I said that right. Spermain Griffith, thank you so much for sharing. I hope I said that right. Angelica Johnson, once again, sharing the stream. Thank you so much. Angelica Johnson. Laura Maga, thank you so much for sharing the stream on social media. Laura Maga, thank you so much for sharing the stream on social media. JFK Jr. 2024, thank you so much. JFK Jr. 2024, thank you so much. Graffiti Forensics, thank you so much for sharing the stream. Graffiti Forensics, thank you so much for sharing the stream. And I think that's it for now. All right, folks, thank you so much for sharing, and I think that's it for now. All right, we hope that some of you guys share it. If you haven't shared it yet, but if you already shared the stream, if you haven't shared it yet, but if you already shared the stream, thank you so much for keeping us on the air.
So I commend our partners across the industry. Individuals who plan to conduct this mission are black professionals focused on the mission of reward recognition. Committed people with heart, listening, was about DARE-SR. What we want to do is ensure that ISIS is not able to regain possession of any of the oil fields that we have going forward. So that's we've got forces that DARE-SR based on some reinforcements there. We'll await further decisions of the U.S. government about how that plan is going to look in the long term. And I wouldn't want to get ahead of the Secretary of Defense in describing that. But as of right now, we have secured the oil fields at DARE-SR, generally east of the Euphrates River, in the vicinity of Conoco and Green Village, for those of you that follow the details on that.
Joe, could you confirm that Baghdadi, his final moments, there was the president said that he was whimpering and crying in his final moments, and also, could you give us any bit of a sense? You talked about a substantial electronics recovered from the site. Could you elaborate a bit on what that?
Sure. So let me start with the second part. No, I can't tell you anything about what we took off the site. You'll appreciate that. We're going to exploit that, and we expect it to help us as we go forward. So now about Baghdadi's last moments. I I can tell you this. He crawled into a hole with 2 small children and blew himself up while his people stayed on the ground. You can deduce what kind of person it is based on that activity. So that would be just my empirical observation of what he did. I'm not able to confirm anything else about his last seconds. I just can't confirm that one way or another.
All right, folks, in the chat,
sir,
especially sponsors,
Were there reinforcements?
let me know in the
Did any
chat,
other
do you
ISIS
think that we
personnel
should
try
have
to
the
approach
dog that
position?
killed
And was
al-Baghdadi
it there was
as
exchange?
one
There's
of
footage
our
of, a
emojis
white van that
for
was
everyone
riddled with
that
bullets that
is
was
a
right next to the
sponsor
scene?
of this
Sure.
channel? So if you don't know what
There were no other
sponsorship
ISIS
is,
forces in the
folks,
area. We are
as
completely
a sponsor,
confident of that.
you
He
help
went out
out
there
Golden
for an
State
extended
Times
period of time.
stay on
Right.
the air.
There were other,
You make a contribution
militant
monthly.
groups in the
You're
area
able to use all of our
probably did not
custom
know
emojis that we upload.
Once they saw
And not
the
only that, your name comes up
helicopters
with
began to
a
operate,
Trump
they
hat
began
right
to
next
flow
to it
toward. So,
in the
but they
chat
were
and
not
also in the
flowing to
comment
reinforce
section
him.
below.
They were flowing
So
toward what they
let
saw
us know
across.
in the
Perhaps a
comment
Turk
section in the
military
chat.
operation, perhaps a
Do you guys
Russian
think that we
military
should
operation,
have
perhaps an American
the
military
dog
operation, they
emoji,
didn't know. So
the dog
white
that
van you talked
killed
about was
the
one of the
terrorist,
vehicles
the
that
ISIS
displayed
terrorist?
hostile intent, came
You know, it
toward us and
triggers
was
the
destroyed.
mainstream
In
media.
addition
It
to
triggers the
sheriff
leftist.
for you.
I
With the
never
fighters
thought
on
that
the
a
ground
dog
that were
will
dressed by
ever
the gunshot.
trigger the
So,
lefties.
you know,
I
we
never
don't.
thought that in my life. I
It's gonna be
never
hard
thought
to
that a
know.
dog
We use the figure
would
of about
trigger
10 to 15,
the
but
lefties.
I
All right,
really
but
don't
in the
know
chat,
for sure, and I don't
especially
know
the
that
sponsors,
others
too,
know
they
that
get.
because
Let me
we
know
have
in
to
the
go back
chat.
there
Do
and
you
over it.
think that we should
So
have?
if you guys think
the
that we should
dog
have
that
an
killed,
emoji
of the hero dog as one that killed
the ISIS
emoji terrorist for
let us know
everyone
in the
that
chat.
is a sponsor of this channel. So if you don't know what sponsorship is, folks, as a sponsor, you help out Golden State Times stay on the air. You make a contribution monthly. You're able to use all of our custom emojis that we upload. And not only that, your name comes up with a Trump hat right next to it in the chat and also in the comment section below. So let us know in the comment section, in the chat, do you guys think that we should have the dog emoji, the dog that killed the terrorist, the ISIS terrorist? You know, it triggers the mainstream media, it triggers the leftist. I've never thought that a dog will ever trigger the lefties. I never thought that in my life. I never thought that a dog would trigger the lefties, but it does. And severely too. They go crazy over it. So if you guys think that we should have an emoji of the hero dog that killed the ISIS terrorist, let us know in the chat.
I can tell you that Baghdadi actually fired from his home. The other people engaged in the objective were behaving and threatening with suicide gas approaching the workforce that causes you to make some decisions, particularly when they don't respond to the flames, commands to stop, gunshots, and aggression escalation. Our special operators are so very missing.
And how was the tunnel detected? Was it open or was it?
As we looked at it, and as you would expect, we had an opportunity to study this pretty carefully. We came to the conclusion we should expect possibly a tunnel feature there. So that was the first thing that we took a look at. And then the interrogation of people on the objective allowed us to gain a better appreciation of where it might be. And then, as you know, we just have a variety of things that I can't go into, one of them being working dogs, but very good at scenting humans and going after them when they're not immediately obvious. So that's sort of how we came to that conclusion. The key thing is, we actually established physical security around the compound, got the non-combatants off, and they gave us a little bit of time to work the problem. We always worried in a situation like that that the house might be real. So you've got to pay attention to that. There are a variety of things that the reinforced commander has to balance on the ground. And I think they did a remarkable job.
All right, so I just didn't get notice that the event in the White House is going to start shortly, so we're going to do a couple more questions and out of respect for Mr. Warren for the commercial break. So over here to Brian.
John, can you talk about any support that the SDF provided for this operation?
So, yes, I can. And so, as you know, we maintain and continue to maintain linkages to the SDF. Some of their early intelligence was very helpful to us in beginning to shape this problem. So I would say that they were part of it. They did not participate in this raid. This was a U.S.-only operation. There were no other nationality that participated.
In the case of Osama bin Laden in Abbottabad, U.S. forces found that the house in Abbottabad had no internet and cell service, and mentioned recovering electronic equipment from al-Baghdadi's place. Was he using the internet? Had they been on lockdown, or was he, was
Good question. I think, and we're still working this out, I think you'll find there's probably a messenger system that, allows you to put something on a floppy or on a bit of electronics and have someone physically move it somewhere. That seems to be the cutout that most of these organizations seem to prefer. But I'm not going to go into much more detail on it than that.
And last question.
General, you said 2 of them were extracted with the Special Operations Forces. Were they both ISIS members? One was supposed to be informant?
So both members were extracted, both turned themselves over. Both of them are teaching now.
Were they both ISIS members? One was supposed to be informant?
So both members were extracted, both turned themselves over.
That's going to be the All right, guys. Thank you very much. Sorry to have to cut it short, but I hope you guys understand.
So both members were extracted, both turned themselves over.
That's going to be the All right, guys. Thank you very much. Sorry to have to cut it short, but I hope you guys understand.
So both members were extracted, both turned themselves over.
That's going to be the All right, guys. Thank you very much. Sorry to have to cut it short, but I hope you guys understand.
So both members were extracted, both turned themselves over.
That's going to be the All right, guys. Thank you very much. Sorry to have to cut it short, but I hope you guys understand.
So both members were extracted, both turned themselves over.
That's going to be the All right, guys. Thank you very much. Sorry to have to cut it short, but I hope you guys understand.
So both members were extracted, both turned themselves over.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Sorry to have to cut it short, but I hope you guys understand.
So both members were extracted, both turned themselves over.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Sorry to have to cut it short, but I hope you guys understand.
So both members were extracted, both turned themselves over.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Sorry to have to cut it short, but I hope you guys understand.
So both members were extracted, both turned themselves over.
Gathered today.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Sorry to have to cut it short, but I hope you guys understand.
So both members were extracted, both turned themselves over.
Gathered today.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Sorry to have to cut it short, but I hope you guys understand.
So both members were extracted, both turned themselves over.
Gathered today.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Sorry to have to cut it short, but I hope you guys understand.
So both members were extracted, both turned themselves over.
Gathered today.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Sorry to have to cut it short, but I hope you guys understand.
So both members were extracted, both turned themselves over.
Gathered today.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Sorry to have to cut it short, but I hope you guys understand.
So both members were extracted, both turned themselves over.
Gathered today.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Sorry to have to cut it short, but I hope you guys understand.
So both members were extracted, both turned themselves over.
Gathered today.
Thank you very much, Chaplain. Appreciate that. Please sit down. Well, this afternoon, it's my privilege to present our nation's highest and most revered military distinction. It's called the Congressional Medal of Honor. Nothing like it. Please join me in welcoming today's extraordinary recipient, Master Sergeant Matthew Williams. Thank you very much. We're delighted to have with us the Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper. Thank you, Mark, and great job to you and to everybody, and General Milley for the incredible act you performed 7 days ago with al-Baghdadi. He was hit hard the way he should have been, and I just want to say, for all of our military, we're very proud of you. That was something very special. The whole world is proud of you, frankly, so thank you very much. Thank you, Mark. Great job. Also with us is Deputy Secretary of Veterans Affairs, Jim Byrne. Thank you. Thank you, Jim. Secretary of the Army, Ryan McCarthy. Thank you. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley. Thank you, General. Great job. Incredible job. Army Chief of Staff, James McConville, and Sergeant Major of the Army, Michael Grunston. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here. Also, thank you to some very special warriors, a little different kind of war maybe, but they are warriors. Senators John Cornyn, Ted Cruz, and Tom Tillis. Thank you very much, fellas. Thank you. Along with Representative Richard Hudson for being here. We have a few other great politicians here, but we won't bother because we want to get on with this one. This is a very special thing. It's such a great honor. Joining Matt for this special ceremony is his wife, Kate, his father, Michael, his mother, Janet, brother Cody, and his sister, Amy. Please stand up, please. Thank you. Great family. Each of you has strengthened our nation through your steadfast love and support, and we want to just thank you, a very, very special family. We're also honored to be in the presence of 8 previous Congressional Medal of Honor winners. Recipients are here, and I thought maybe we should, what do you think? We should introduce them. I think so, right? Come on, let's do that. William Swenson. William, thank you very much, William. Ronald Shura. Thank you. Thank you, Ronald. Thank you. Walter Marham. Hi, Walter. Robert Foley. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Robert. Brian Thacker. Thank you very much. Florent Groberg. Thank you, Florent. David Bellavia. David. I heard you maybe are going to be running for office, but someday I know, huh? I'll tell you. Boy, I'll tell you what, here's my vote. We'll have a brave politician for a change, right? That's great. Nice to see you, David. Thank you very much. And Salvatore Ginta. Thank you, Salvatore. Thank you very much. Thank you. Matt Williams grew up in the small town of Birney, Texas. Very small town. He met Kate for the first time in elementary school. In college, he planned to pursue a career in law enforcement, but after 9/11, Matt decided his place was on the front lines of the war on terror. He wanted to be the best of the best. He worked so hard at it. So after graduation, he enlisted in the Army to become a Green Beret. Matt finished his Special Forces training in August 2007 and deployed to Afghanistan by October. On April 6, 2008, he joined dozens of American Special Forces and Afghan commandos on a mission to take down a terrorist leader in a remote mountain village. Sounded simple, not simple. On that cold spring morning, the soldiers arrived in helicopters and jumped 10 feet from their Chinooks into the rocky and freezing terrain of Shock Valley. When the first Americans reached the edge of the valley, at the base of a 100-foot mountain, a handful of special forces scouted ahead. The lead group was 60 feet up the slope when roughly 200 insurgents savagely attacked, and it was a big surprise. Very unwelcome surprise, I might add. The terrorists filled the valley with a hail of bullets and explosions. Matt soon received word that the soldiers on the mountain were pinned down and suffering from mounting casualties. He organized the Afghan infantry under his command, and he led a bold counter-assault to stop the enemy advance. As machine gun fire rained down from above, Matt and his fellow American soldiers, Scott Ford and Ronald Scherer, charged up the mountain. Once they reached their trapped comrades, Matt realized that several of them were too gravely wounded to be quickly evacuated. He ran down the mountain to get support and then climbed back up with bullets spraying all around. Not a good place to be. Again and again, Matt exchanged fire with the enemy and rescued his fellow soldiers. He guided his injured team sergeant, Scott Ford, down the mountain to safety. When Matt noticed two combatants moving toward a group of the badly wounded, he immediately engaged the enemy fighters and killed them both. But Matt was not done yet. In order to rejoin the battle on the mountain, he and Sergeant Seth Howard scaled a sheer cliff, completely exposed to attack. Matt quickly re-engaged the adversary and shielded the injured from falling rubble as American warplanes bombed insurgent positions above and rocked the mountain from top to bottom. He then helped evacuate the wounded down a very, very steep cliff. As the terrorists continued to try to overrun their position, Matt raced back into battle. He fought for several more hours, valiantly protecting the wounded and putting his own life in great peril to save his comrades. Matt's incredible heroism helped ensure that not a single American soldier died in the Battle of Shock Valley. His ground commander later wrote, "I've never seen a troop so poised, focused, and capable during a fight. And Matt is, without question and without reservation, one of the bravest soldiers and people I've ever met." But Matt wants all Americans to know that he was not alone in his heroism that day. Joining us this afternoon are other heroes of Shock Valley. Please rise when I read your name. Lieutenant Colonel Kyle Walton. Thank you. Thank you. Master Sergeant Scott Ford. Thank you, Scott. And Louis Morales. Thank you very much. Thank you, Louis. Carl Wurzbach. Where's Carl? Thank you, Carl. Thank you. Sergeants, First Class Seth Howard, Dave Sanders, John Walden, Dylan Bear, and Ryan Wallen. Thank you, fellas. Thank you, fellas. And very importantly, as you know, better than anyone, Afghan translators, Baruz Mohammed and Zia Grafori. How was that, okay? Not bad? Good. He said it was okay. He said it was okay. Thank you both very much. Fantastic job. Fantastic job. Thank you. I assume you all agree with this choice, right? Okay, your last chance, huh? They all agree. Thank you very much. I agree too. We all do. Staff Sergeant Ronald Scherer, who was with us and privileged to be here, and we had not so long ago a great ceremony with the Medal of Honor, and that was really amazing that you're both here together. To each and every one of you, I want to thank you, and I want to thank the Fearless Defense and what you've done for our country. It's incredible, your valor, your bravery, your strength, your heart, your soul. It's incredible, incredible what you've done. The Battle of Shock Valley is a testament to the overwhelming strength, lethal skill, and unstoppable might of the United States Army, Special Forces, and all of our military. The enemy that really held a high ground, superior numbers, and element of surprise. They had it all going, Everything they're not supposed to have, they had. But they had one major disadvantage. They were facing the toughest, strongest, and best trained soldiers anywhere in the world. We showed that a few days ago. These guys didn't know what the hell hit them. No adversary on earth stands a chance against the American Green Berets. A few years after that first perilous deployment, Matt married Kate. Did you make a good decision, Kate, in allowing this to happen, right? Well, you definitely have a brave guy. I can't speak for the rest, okay? He's a brave guy, and he's a great guy. So good luck. That's nice. Today, they have a young son, Nolan, who will turn 3 next week. It's beautiful. In the years to come, Nolan will learn that his father stands among the ranks of our nation's greatest heroes. For more than a decade, Matt has stared down our enemies, fought back the forces of terror, and exemplified the virtue and gallantry of the American warrior. He has completed 5 tours in Afghanistan, a deployment in Africa, and he continues to serve our country on active duty today. That's something to have the Congressional Medal of Honor and be serving in active duty. It's very rare. Matt, we salute your unyielding service, your unbreakable resolve, and your untiring devotion to our great nation and the nation that we all love. Your spirit keeps our flag waving high, our family safe at home, and our hearts beating with American pride. On behalf of the entire nation, our great USA, our incredible United States of America, we are forever grateful for your life of service and your outstanding courage. It's now my privilege to present Master Sergeant Matthew Williams with the Congressional Medal of Honor. And I would like to ask the military aide to come forward and please read the citation. Thank you.
The President of the United States of America has awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor to Sergeant Matthew O. Williams, United States Army. Sergeant Williams distinguished himself by acts of gallantry and intrepidity above and beyond the call of duty on April 6, 2008, while serving as a weapons sergeant, Special Forces Operational Detachment Alpha 336, Special Operations Task Force 33, in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. Sergeant Williams' actions are in keeping with the finest traditions of military service and reflect great credit upon himself, Combined Joint Special Operations Task Force Afghanistan, Special Operations Command Central, and United States Army.
benediction. Most holy God, as we go from this place, let this ceremony be a reminder of your faithfulness and a challenge to us all to place the needs of others first. Thank you for the life of Master Sergeant Matthew Williams. May his life be an inspiration to each of us, and may we ever remember that our nation expects that we acquit ourselves with honor. Grant us wisdom from thy mind, courage from thy heart, and protection from thy hand. It is for thee that we do battle, and thee belongs the victor's crown. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seats until the President has departed.
All right, folks, thank you very much for joining us and choosing us as your stream of choice. Just a friendly reminder, folks, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and you click the notification